listening to, watching, hearing, smelling, tasting, and feeling sex, drugs, and skincare. Like and subscribe.
And it didn't quite work. It was all fuzzy, so.
If you're just tuning in, welcome back to Sex, Drugs, and Skincare. We've just got Phil Hendrie on
Legendary
with us.
Phil Hendrie.
Legendary Phil Hendrie. And I just feel so, I can't believe you said yes a third time. Every time it's just like, I'm rolling the dice. I'm like, what? He said yes again? Wow. So
why not, you know?
Oh, you're the best.
As long as I don't have to hump up Sunset that one time that I almost died. Sandro had to come down and get me.
That wasn't my fault that I gave you the wrong address.
No. Well, you didn't really. I mean, it was okay, and I think I might have botched that up, but I never knew that Sunset Boulevard was uphill. You know, that it was like it was like climbing a mountain to go up that street.
Oh my God! And you had just had something removed from your head.
My head, yeah. What was that? What are you talking about? Something removed from my head?
You had like a skin, like something that you had.
Oh, skin cancer. Yeah, my nose.
That's right. Oh, is that what it was? Your nose? Let's see.
Yeah, I've had a dent. I've had a dent in my nose ever since.
I can't see it, so yeah.
Oh, it's like, I don't know. Sometimes in the right light, it's just this white. I have, instead of Rudolph with the red nose, it's filled with this white nose. I don't know. Skin cancer can be weird. It can be scary.
Well, you look great. Yeah, it's gone. Obviously, it hasn't returned. Not because I sent you out running up Sunset Boulevard in the middle of it was like a hot month.
Whatever the sun did that day did not. We killed it completely with all that radiation from the sushi we ate that night. So everything balanced each other out. We're good.
That was cool. That was great sushi too.
That was really good.
I know. We were thinking you were going to come, and we were like, we're definitely going to head over and have sushi. Next time when you come, I'm going to bring beer, and we're going to do sushi afterwards.
Let's do it, man. Yeah, it was lucky that I just happened to park in front of that place and went, we got to go in there.
Oh, it was great.
But I actually walked in there looking for you. Well, the first time I stopped, I was looking for your address, and I walked into that sushi bar, and I said, Nicky Davis wouldn't be here eating with you. No.
Hanging out in a sushi bar.
It'd be so funny to look back in the corner. There's like a little booth, and there's mics and there's little lights, and what the fuck?
Like, hey, Phil, back here. Well,
I love sushi. But anyway, go ahead.
How are you? I just said, like, you're in town now in Los Angeles. When I say in town, but you're going back to Florida now.
No, I've moved back to California.
You did? Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm back to the long distance relationship.
Gotcha.
And we're trying to figure this thing out. But yeah, I moved back. I sold my house at Channel Islands Beach, and then I had all this money, so I went, I know what I'll do. I'll just kind of hop between coasts, you know. That didn't work at all. And I love Jackie, but I got to tell you, Florida is hard. It's a hard place to live, man. It's just not. I mean, Miami is kind of cool, but so I needed to get out of there. Not only that, because I was so far away from everything that I do for a living. So I came back, and I'm actually back here in the bosom of my youth, which is Arcadia, Pasadena, Sierra Madre, what they call the
beautiful, yeah,
San Gabriel Valley, yeah. You know, this is a very funny story. Well, maybe not, but I have GPS, and I didn't know this, but you can hit a button called Avoid Highways. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you hit that button, you are now on nothing but back streets. And I didn't know that. That button was pushed when I was going from Agoura to Sierra Madre one afternoon.
No way.
And I thought, wow, this must be the quickest way. Traffic must be bad on the freeway. It took me 2.5 hours on service street. But here's the good news is I did a tour of the foothills and mountains of LA, you know.
It's beautiful.
It was cool looking. It was I'd never been through some of these communities, you know, and I suddenly realized what really defines LA for me isn't the beach, it's the mountains. And I grew up near the I don't want to get too poetic or schmaltzy here, but
I love schmaltzy poets.
Yeah. Schmalt liquor's my favorite.
Yeah, schmalt liquor.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Malt liquor.
Well, it's so funny. We live we're in the desert way more often now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You guys moved to the desert.
And it's so funny when you say like avoid highways, that's such an interesting thing because now when I do it out there, I'm hitting nothing but back roads, and I'm seeing the back roads of back roads already. So it's just seeing all this really cool scenic stuff, and I'm like, oh my God! And it's just that should be like a way of life. Avoid highways. It's like that kind of.
I think you're right, man. I think you're right because you get a real appreciation for, wow, you know, if I'm not in a hurry, taking these streets and looking at these neighborhoods. And I went through Altadena after the fire. You know, they still have up Altadena strong after those Eaton Canyon fires. The people are up there doing their thing there, and Where do you guys live, man? I mean, without being too specific. What,
We're like in like the Yucca Valley area, like near Joshua
Joshua
Tree.
Tree, yeah.
oh,
If
sweet,
you
man,
ever
yeah.
if you come up to the desert next time when you're out, you could literally stay with us. We now have an extra room for you. But also, there's so many fun things to do out there.
Yeah, I mean, I love the desert, man. It's like, well, I better not say, but it had to do with LSD. But anyway, there were times that I did some dancing out there. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's a great place to dance.
Excuse me. Oh my God. Yeah. It's a great place to
Alone.
dance. Yeah. Alone.
By yourself, by yourself, just dancing alone.
Who's that man that's naked next to the?
And someone's like, Shh, doesn't matter. And you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, I guess you're right. It doesn't.
It doesn't matter. Yeah,
Yeah.
let him.
They're not really
let
there.
him do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna bring. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just I used to go out to Palm Springs, Palm Desert, that desert. But you guys are in the opposite desert, or the
We're up a little higher, so it's not.
You're way up
Yeah, it's
the
not quite as
mid-state,
hot.
yeah.
It's hot, but it's not
Yeah.
quite as hot.
Yeah, it's not quite as humid is really what it is.
Okay, gotcha.
There's just a lot, less humidity.
well, it's humid in Palm Springs. You know why? The golf courses.
Oh,
Is that why?
Yeah, the
Oh, I never
humidity in
thought about
Palm
that.
Springs Palm Desert went up because they've got all that ridiculous green golf courses everywhere.
I always
So
wondered how much water does that take to keep that thing up, and don't walk on it.
Yeah, don't walk on. And here's the thing about Palm Springs: when we have those droughts, especially remember the droughts, L.A. water comes from Lake whatever that is, and it was a Mulholland was the guy, and he built the aqueduct. Okay, but Palm Springs is called Palm Springs because it has underground springs, and so it's completely self-sufficient in terms of water. So we may be having a drought here. Those guys are just like, well, I use the term, they're swimming in it. Yeah, they
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Yeah,
So-
that makes sense. That whole area, like you're saying, like has all like the underground, like the aquifers or whatever. And so I guess
Aquifer over there is crazy. Yeah,
That's
We
So
have a
they don't
well
need-
too. That's our water source. Is from underneath the ground.
Now I'll ask you the real hippie question, which is it potable or can you drink it? I mean, potable or
Yeah, you can drink it, but it's very
Okay.
hard. There's a lot of minerals in it, and it
Yeah.
will turn everything you have either red or green. I've noticed.
wow.
Like in
well, not everything have. It's usually like when it reacts to like the metal, like the copper or the brass.
yeah.
brass.
The brass. Well, when I was in Chicago, not Chicago, but the brass, like the cops.
Yeah, the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, are they cops or brass? Coppers or brass?
I don't think there's brass in the water, though. Is there?
Well, no, I don't think it is. I'm saying like the pipes itself.
Oh.
But no, you
That's
just,
made
you
of
can
brass.
just-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can basically just kind of any kind of filters will help, but it's not
So
too
you use
bad.
it for landscaping. You can use it for landscaping, watering plants and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we double filter it just so it tastes a little bit not like it came from
yeah.
a well, But yeah, it's not
That's
bad.
awesome.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
it's really cool. Yeah, I dig
Yeah.
it.
So when the world goes to hell in a handbasket,
You'll be,
we'll
you
have
guys will
our
be
water
up.
source. Yeah. So come on
Well,
over for a glass of water.
Who's there? Yeah, stay past the gate now.
The only
Approach
thing-
slowly.
The only thing is we've basically electrified our water, so if there's no power,
Oh.
we don't have as much water.
We
So
need to
now,
get a
so
hand
now, now we have
pump. Oh,
now we have to go in the other way where it's like I've been looking at like trying to get some like manual pumps as like a backup, or like get
Sure.
or plug into the generator. You have to start thinking
Yeah.
of like where there's
Just
a
really
convenience.
go off the grid, bro. Yeah, just go off the freaking
We're
grid.
trying.
Exactly.
We are trying.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The late great Art Bell, who I had a very glancing acquaintance with. He's a nice man, and I met him at a radio convention at Marina Del Rey. And I said, "How you doing, Art?" He goes, "I'm off the grid."
That's yeah.
Yeah, I'm off the grid, Phil, and we're very proud of that. Like, okay, dude. Yeah,
Dude,
You go, Art.
he went to we lived somewhere in the Philippines. Like was like his last thing when he was living out there.
I know, man.
Wow,
yeah.
man, that's so trippy. I always loved your impression of him. It was so freaking good.
Art Bell, yeah, and because he was easy to do, because he had a clip. I grew up with David Brinkley. You guys don't. You're too young to remember the Huntley and Brinkley report, but David Brinkley talked like this. This is NBC News. I'm Dave Brinkley. Like everything was just who gives a shit.
Yeah.
This is Dave Brinkley. Who gives a shit? None of this shit matters. I'm David Brinkley. And Art Bell copied that. That became almost something a lot of broadcasters started. And Art Bell was very clipped that way. And we're in the high desert and all that stuff, so it flowed.
Wow,
And of course,
yeah.
his show was just off the hook. The thing I loved about him the most was that he broke all the rules. He started his hour with a commercial. You never, you learned in radio. You don't start your hour with a commercial. Started with
So I
something.
never even realized that. Oh my God, holy crap.
He started the hour and he had 40-minute phone calls. Everything they told you not to do, he did, and it all worked. Yeah, so.
Well, that's kind of like your style. You're very much a renegade in that way.
Yeah, I think I am. I'll go ahead and wear that mantle. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are. I don't know a single person that we've ever mentioned your name to that wasn't like, oh my God, that guy is a freaking genius.
Oh, our guest that we had earlier today was like, oh, I'm sad I'm not gonna be able to stick around and meet Phil.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, she was a big fan of yours.
Big fan.
Oh yeah, Robin.
Yeah, Robin. Yep.
Yeah.
I
So Nikki, anytime I know I have a female fan, it's a real win because few and far between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you do have a lot of male audience.
We have a huge male audience.
That's so
Huge male.
interesting.
It's just like male humor, and the women that listen to my show generally have a lot of brothers. They had a father that passed on. I noticed this. They had a father that died, and somehow he had an influence on them. A lot of lesbians listen, you know. But most of them are like this: is my wife hates you, every time she hates your guts. It's just like, hi Phil, I'm Mary Brown. How are you? My husband loves your show. Can I get an autograph for him? It's not for me.
She has to be very specific. It's not for me.
I don't really care for what you do, but that's okay.
Oh my God. All right. So I'm going to throw this out there. We can talk about it for a little bit, but mostly I just really want to talk about you. But in order for us to make clips on the internet about what we do, I have to at least mention. So because you're coming, I was researching a little bit about internal sun protection, like diets and supplement. And so I just wanted to go over a few things. Internal sun. It doesn't read what's that?
Okay, Doc.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I know.
Doctor.
Yeah, I am not a doctor, by the way, in case you are unaware.
That's okay.
I am a stand-up esthetician and a licensed comedian.
Nice.
As I've said 137 times. But so anyways, I'm defining internal sun protection as not something to replace sunscreen. The more I look at my notes, the more I'm like, this is kind of a boring topic.
No, it's cool. From the time I was a kid, I wanted to be tanned. I grew up around a lot of Hispanic kids, other white kids that could tan, and here was Phil with a freckle face and the fair skin. I had to have been the frecklest guy of all my friends. I couldn't take my shirt off. I got brutal sunburns, thinking, God, if only I could tan. No, you can't tan, Phil. Until finally I started working in construction as a young man. I spent the whole summer in Central Florida working with my shirt off, and I finally got a semblance of a tan. But it was damaging as hell, man.
It's just really just 400,000 freckles all joined together.
Joined together, yeah. So if I had been smart, if I knew what I know now, when you're 10 years old, you don't, I would never have treated myself that way. But so,
my
yeah.
God, yeah.
Well, yeah, they would push that in the 70s. Like everybody had to have your deep, dark, savage tan, which is so offensive.
Yeah. Everything on the radio was the Hawaiian tan, Band de Soleil. Yeah, God, every commercial.
Band de Soleil. Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, Band de Soleil, and if you watch the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that great Tarantino film, he has a lot of air checks from KHJ, and if you listen to those, you hear these tanning ads, one after the other after the other.
Wow.
So all you got in your head was, go out and get a tan, otherwise you suck, man. The girls won't like you, and you'll be just a pasty-faced, ginger.
Yeah. I would try to get tans just because I was always like a fatter kid. So I was like, oh, if I just get a tan, I'll look slimmer. And I would just sit out there.
Trying to laugh it.
Yeah. But then I was like, I can't go to the beach because I don't want to be shirtless around people because that's the whole point. So I'm like, let me go in the backyard. And I was living in Florida and I'm just like, it's just concrete. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? But I was sitting there like a couple times, and then I would get burned, and I was like, okay, good. Then I'll get darker.
Right.
And I'm like, what am I doing to myself? Yeah.
I know. Yeah, it was brutal. Yeah, I used to get blisters on my nose.
Same.
Blisters across my face.
I'm still finding things are coming up like 40 years later from like the blisters that came up on my shoulders. One year, I had two guys in one summer right after I graduated high school. They were both like, you'd look really good with a tan. So naturally, I went to the beach with them on a motorcycle and laid in the sun until I was fried and I had sun poisoning. This entire side of my face turned black and cracked off. So I think the only reason why I don't have more sun damage is because the flesh came off of my face. But I still have I can't explain it otherwise because it seems like I would have a lot more damage going on here. But I do see like little things that come up here and there from all the places where I got blisters, and it was just a normal thing for me. Every summer I would just get blisters.
I know it, and you just put up with it because you thought that's how you're going to look better. And I don't know what got me off. I just got sick and then finally the sunblock came in, and this was in the early 70s. I moved to Florida, and all of a sudden you were getting things with sunblock,
Right.
and I was like, this is something I can use because of the ozone layer there was a whole ozone layer, that kind of crap. So,
Right. Is there still a
but
hole in the ozone layer?
I don't know. It's so
I don't.
funny you
There
say
must
that.
be.
People talked about it for so long, and all of a sudden now
Yep.
people are like, I don't. Nah.
No,
You're like, wait a
yeah,
second. It's like, no, it's
yeah.
still gonna kill us, but we moved on.
It's climate change now, man. It's like
Oh
this
yeah.
hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and my mother was so ahead of her time. This doesn't have anything to do with sun, but as long as we're talking about, actually diet.
Mm.
Before my mom talked about eating wheat bread, and she said my mother was the first one who ever said you got to get 8 ounce glasses of water a day.
Wow.
And before anybody talked
Nobody
about
was
drinking.
saying that back then.
Oh, everybody's saying have yourself another Diet Coke, Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah, have another. And then the other thing she would say was, it's the hours before midnight that you sleep the best. And now I'm hearing that all the time. My mom used to say that, She was really smart with all that stuff. And she was the one that would give me the see and ski. That was the only crap you had
That's
to
right, see and
protect
ski. Oh
yourself.
my God, I remember that.
And she put that on my face when I was a kid. Come here, Philip, come here. Let's put the see and ski on. And I'm like, I don't want that shit, Mom. You just said shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, rest her soul.
Are you able to sleep before midnight, by the way? Because I'm trying to force myself to do it every night now.
If I'm tired enough, but no, my whole life, my whole career, I've worked at night. I don't get to bed till 2. That's
Yeah.
just my life. Yeah.
That's just
so
your life has been that for however many, 40 years?
long time. Yeah,
Long
yeah.
time.
I mean, I did morning drive 2 times, and it was okay. But Jesus, getting out of bed and then be funny, and then I did afternoon drive in Miami for a while. But where I happen to be the happiest and where I think I'm the best is at night. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you
I
still
do my-
taping you're doing your podcast, I'm assuming, and are you doing that at night as well?
I'm doing it, yeah. And I right now, because I'm in transit, we're moving my studio to my new home in Sierra Madre, California.
Oh, great.
I don't have my studio set up yet. Adam Chavez, my tech, is gonna build it. So right now I'm doing everything off my laptop.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of interesting because iHeart Podcast is carrying the podcast, and I'm grateful, and I want to make sure that I give them a good product. And I've got this podcast I'm doing off the laptop for the last week. Going, hi, it's Phil Hendrie. How are you? And this is just great. You may hear a little echo. I'm doing it in a bathroom tonight. So I was thinking I would text my agent and say, is it maybe just keep my mouth shut and just do it, because I've been telling my audience, I'm moving in the studios. I'm not in my studio yet, so.
You have whatever you go through, like you have a way of incorporating it, and and then it becomes part of the whole thing. So I think people
You
are
have to do
people are.
that.
I think it's just like one of those things. Even the fact that you're sharing it, it's like inside baseball, and people really love that. Especially fans are just like, oh, that's so cool. Like, oh man, he's like
thank
going to this thing. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. Jackie says, I lost internet last night. I was still in Florida, and we lost the internet because Spectrum went, oh, you're setting up new service in California? Oh, okay, then we'll just cancel your Florida service. No, don't do that. And they did. And so I had to go over to Jackie's house and use her Wi-Fi. And I'm sitting in her outside patio. So that's what I had. Hi, it's Phil Hendrie, and then I'm in an open space here. I'm in an auditorium, and I'm the only person here. And I had no idea what I was going to talk about, but we'd been on the beach earlier, and we saw Artemis go off.
Oh
Because
wow.
the condo that I was renting was right on Satellite Beach. So we'd walked out onto the sand, and Jackie is a little bit of a tomboy, so I heard her go, yeah, I see it going off right now.
I love her voice.
She's about 5'3", but she's got this voice like, yeah, you want to mess with me? So this thing went off, this rocket went off, and look at this. It was gorgeous, the way she caught it. In fact, I posted it, I think, on X. But so I thought, well, I know what I'll talk about Artemis. And I had this character named Dr. Rod Tartar. The only thing that did say he's got the nose is stuffed up. But Phil, before we walk on bars, we have to walk on the moon, And we did all those jokes about the bar and the moon. But his essential thing was basically, Phil, we got to know what's up there, okay? We don't yet know. Before we send anyone to Mars, we don't know what the hell those kids are going to meet. And if they come out of that thing and all we hear is Roger and then a scream, and then where are you going to go? Where do you go? You just have to go there with it. That's the only thing I could think to do is make it science fiction.
I mean, yeah, it does. It almost. I saw somebody posted a video of somebody caught it from a plane.
Oh, yeah,
the
wow.
plane, and like and that looked like it was like otherworldly. So anything now, it's like, yeah, that's. I mean, I know it's a rocket, people are going up there, whatever, but yeah, it does feel like very science fiction. You lean to that thing. It's like, what is up there? What's going to happen?
Yeah, what's up there? Because I grew up on science fiction, the cheesy science fiction where the rocks walked. That was the first moon monster, you know. And of course, on the moon there was sun, and they burned up if they went in the sun. Crazy stuff like that. But so my orientation is that. And Artemis, I don't. Are they orbiting? Or are they going to land? They're just orbiting, right? Do you know?
I think they're supposed to. I think they're supposed to land.
So my character said, "Well, are they landing? Are they already?" They're going to decide what they want to do, Phil. They'll decide. They may land,
They're
and
winging
if we hear Roger, we are out, and then you know, this is what we want to avoid, Phil. The fuck? So, oh wow, if they walk, that'll be a gas, you know, because the last time we walked, well, the first time we walked on the moon was in July of 1969. I was 16 years old. And my dad was married to another woman living at another residence. And I was, you know, but he said to me, "Want to come over and watch the moon landing, Phil?" I said, "Yeah, Dad." So I came over and he said, "Well, as long as we're waiting," because they land. And then it took them 8 hours to come out of that capsule. Neil Armstrong's famous, "That's one small step for man." It was 8 hours inside the capsule before he got and climbed down that ladder. And my dad said, "Well, as long as they're waiting, the garage door needs painting." So So I spent the afternoon painting the garage door before the guy said, "One small step for man."
Oh
Oh
wow!
my God.
Yeah.
Put you to work.
That's my old man, yeah. Anyway.
Did you come to California are you working on something here?
No, not right now.
Oh, okay.
I just did a TV show, which I'm not supposed to talk about that, right?
I don't know.
What show? Don't they tell you no social media until the show comes out?
Oh, probably.
I think
yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I did a comedy. It was really fun. It was on location downtown. But the funny thing of it, the reason why I'm back here, Nicky and Sandro, is because I moved to Florida, and then I was lucky enough to have a Kevin Hart episode, and then I had a Rick and Morty, and then I kept flying back here. You know.
What? Awesome.
Then when I realized I was going to be coming back permanent, my agent called up and said, "You got that job?" And I said, "That means I got to fly to LA for 3 days and fly back." So I was just here last week and flew back to Florida, and now I flew back today. It's not a lifestyle I recommend, to be honest with you.
no.
Yeah, it seems like it would. I mean, yeah, just tiring.
You're
Very
kind of doing
tiring.
that, but on a much even a slower level.
Yeah,
but
I go back to Florida like once a month or
To see
once
his mom.
see my mom.
Oh, yeah,
And even doing something like that, just one day of travel takes it out of you.
It does,
I
bro.
can't
And
imagine. Yeah.
the rental car, you know, you get to know the rental car people, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I know the rental car people so well. And, "Oh, yeah, Mr. Ernie, is this your address?" "Yeah, it was the same address as last time. What's holding me up?" You know, now I'm not an asshole about it. I don't want to be an asshole, but I'm getting that way, you know.
It's like walking in the Cheers. It's like, no, but it's like they know him here. It's like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I did last week, and then I came here. But hopefully things pop. You know, they when I was in New York, I was saying to the guys I did a play in New York, and I asked them, I said, "You know, the work has dried up in LA, meaning most of the gigs are out of the state, you know. As you guys know, it's been slow. I think it's picking back up, though." I said, "How are things in New York?" No problem at all. They're reading for jobs all the time. So I think what my agent said to me was a distribution thing that maybe this is too inside baseball, isn't it?
No,
You think?
I think this.
Okay.
I think this is what baseball should be.
He said it's because the distribution, they're having a problem with distribution. The big networks who are producing the big shows also own the distribution. And
Oh,
so they're
wow,
just
okay, yeah.
far, far more selective and far, far more reliant upon their library and their inventory, I should say, and they don't want to do anything new, and, you know. And so it's got, you know, I know people, really talented damn actors who worked a lot, who are saying, "I haven't read for anything in a year, man."
Wow.
You know. Yeah, and I think it's changing.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to go anywhere. I'm willing to go, you know, they call it a local hire. Are you willing to be a Pittsburgh local hire? Yeah.
Yeah.
What that means is you'll fly your ass to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You'll get your day rate or whatever it is, but you got to fly your ass home. You got to put yourself in a hotel.
Yep.
Yeah. Local hire means, you know, they don't have to pay any travel. So
Yeah. Totally.
That sucks.
I'm willing to do it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, this is I grew up in Florida, so and I've been on here now for like more than 15 years, and going back to visit, I don't imagine ever living there again. Once I see the mountains, once I see whatever this topic,
It's
you know.
true, man.
So Yeah, it's that kind of thing, and then also now I look at it like, okay, cool, the industry is here. That's all. That's a bonus. So it's
The lady you're married to, that's a big plus too.
she's okay.
Don't you?
She's all right. But yeah, and that's like, absolutely. She's definitely a mountain. Yeah, I have to. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm definitely a
duty.
hurdle.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, you're right. It is
Yeah.
I love LA, I love California, and I'm sick and tired of having to, get all the snide comments from people. I was at the airport in Orlando, very nice couple, really nice, really sweet people. TSA line was insane this morning in Orlando. It was insane. And the guy's talking to me, and I said, well, California. And he starts telling me everything he knows about California. I said, well, sure, look at dude, I can't afford a Rolls Royce. But I'm not going to picket in front of Rolls Royce and demand that they lower their prices. I just can't buy the car. And if you can't afford to live in California, you can't afford to live there, And the guy said, well, it's just not fair. And I'm a liberal, man. It's okay. And we shook hands. And he's an Iraq War veteran. But they're from Texas. So what are you going to do? And I said to them, look, it is expensive to live in California. No question about that. We're a net contributor. And you guys live in Texas, where there's a whole bunch of Nazis. And I guess you're like, I'm kidding. I didn't say that to them. But,
it's a trade-off.
It's not a Phil episode.
Yeah.
The Nazis don't come up in conversation, by the way.
right. But they were sweet people, and they actually missed their flight. I was sorry to hear, but I had to. Thank God I got there 2 hours before, because it was really a long, bloody line. It was 50 minutes in line to go through TSA.
Oh my
wow.
God.
Yeah, 5-0, man. So.
Yeah, that's nuts.
What was the play, by the way? Will you tell us about that? I want to hear
It was
about
it was a play written by Tom Alper, who's a wonderful guy. Tom's a playwright and an actor, and he wrote it called The Pitch. And it's a Glenn Ross with a twist. I played an IRS agent named Mel, and we had Mario Corey, who's in Tulsa Kings. We had Joe Lorenzo, who's been a bunch of stuff. We had some really good actors, Joey Russo. It's amazing. It's an off-Broadway play, meaning it was less than 500 seats. That's what off-Broadway means.
Oh, okay.
Or is it less than 300 seats, maybe? Because every night I would walk to the theater, and I'm walking past, what's the thing with the Wizard of Oz? What's it called? The Wiz? No.
Yes. What's the one?
That one's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been in New York like for years.
Oh, it's
man.
still going. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the orchestra seats, get ready, they're $3,000 a piece.
Whoa.
3,000 a piece, man. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And Mamma Mia is still playing, and so I'm walking this little theater, but it's a Glenn Ross twist where I'm an IRS agent, and I interviewed this guy, and I've got problems with his thing, and I talk him into doing a little undercover work for me, because I know you're going to work for this bucket shop, where guys are on doing phone sales. He goes, yeah. And Tom plays the guy who he just wants to get his daughter baseball. He wants to get his daughter into school because she's a good baseball player. He wants to get her a scholarship. So the twist is, at this place, they want to test Tom. They want to find out if he's a reliable guy, because they do a lot of sales. They do sometimes they might do underhanded stuff, and they hire me, and I'm the brother of the owner, to pretend I'm an IRS agent. And at the very end of the play, as he's ready to tell everybody, I'm reliable. I didn't tell this guy anything. Believe me, I didn't. I'm the guy that says, surprise, we just been screwing you. I don't know if I made sense. Yeah.
Is that your line? Yeah.
No, my line is, gotcha, like that. And then and the director's a guy named Mike Keller's a great guy, and I had a problem running through my lines really fast. And Mike would say, Phil, slow down, man. Slow down. And okay, now all right, do it with a southern drawl. It says to me, you'll
slow you down.
That slowed me down, so I'd talk like this, and I kept that accent out of rehearsal, and they let me keep it. So at the very end, when Joe Lorenzo, who plays the owner of the shop, says, this guy's my brother, he's not an IRS agent, I'm standing there going, laughing like a jackass.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And Tommy character says to me, so you're not an IRS, so I don't really owe money. Well, yes, you do, sir. You actually do owe money. Okay. But you're not really an IRS agent. Well, yes, I am. And then my last line is, I'm fucking with you. And that's the play. Now, the thing that I love about doing theater, and I wanted to do this, Christine Blackburn's a buddy of mine. She was producing, and I said, may I audition? And I did, and I got the part, is that you are beginning all the way to the end. You do the performance. Nobody's yelling cut. Nobody's
Mm-hmm.
saying, that we got to move a light. You're every single night, every single performance, you begin all the way to the end. You get to perform your character and do this piece, and you're getting more and more familiar with the character, and getting more and more familiar with your place on stage, and you're getting more and more familiar with acting. And they say that the theater is an actor's medium as opposed to TV is a director's medium. And that's why I think the British get all the great jobs over here is they grew up on the damn stage over there.
Right.
They did all of their apprenticeship in the theater. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I loved it. I don't. I guess I did it good. I don't know. And I don't really care. I mean,
I'm
I do
sure you
care that
did.
I did a good job, but the experience was everything for me. And walking to the theater every night through New York. I walked through on October during No Kings, the
Mm-hmm.
Oh
October.
yeah.
Oh my God, man! I'm walking down Broadway and it's like 3 million. It's seen like 3 million people up and down that street.
Wow.
Yeah, and
That's
then
cool.
yeah, it was crazy. And then so you're always seeing something. And coming back, I'm stopping to get something. The best food in the world is in New York, and you can stop anywhere and you're getting the best hamburger you ever ate in your life,
Oh my
or you're
God.
eating the best pizza you ever ate in your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's that's the kind of town it is. So I loved everything about New York, except I should have spent more time in Central Park because I was going a little nuts with just buildings everywhere. But
Oh right.
yeah.